with the world.
Dave delivers late-night fun all this week with the Duchess of York, Robert Duvall, Farrah Fawcett, Michael Keaton, and more. Now, your local news.
Next on Eyewitness News Nightbeat, a Southside mother says she wants to see her boyfriend put to death after police say he killed her 3-year-old. These sisters were born at the same time, so why do doctors say they're not twins? And it was a nail-biter till the end. Sam's live in San Diego with a Super Bowl 32 summary next.
From WJXT News Channel 4, Karen Drew, meteorologist John Gahn, and First 4 Sports with Matt Morrison. This is Eyewitness News Nightbeat.
Good evening. I'm Joy Purdy, and for Karen Drew, the big story, a Rocky Mountain high for Denver Broncos fans tonight. The Broncos beat the odds and put a 13-year AFC Super Bowl losing streak to rest. The game also gave 37-year-old quarterback John Elway his first Super Bowl win in 4 tries. News Channel 4's sports director Sam Kouvaris joins us live from San Diego with a wrap-up. Hey, Sam.
Hey, Karen, as you can tell, an awful lot of Denver fans still here soaking in this first Super Bowl victory in 5 attempts. The 31-24 win over the Green Bay Packers gives John Elway the victory. And, of course, it gives Terrell Davis the MVP from the University of Georgia. And long-suffering Denver fans who had come to the Super Bowl 4 times only to be beaten walk away now with a Super Bowl championship. Very emotional for the players and for Pat Bowlen, the owner. And the sentimental favorite, obviously, is John Elway gets his first ring in 37 years, obviously, not as a player, but at 37 years old. The game didn't start out that way, though, as the Green Bay Packers, who came into the game as a 12-point favorite, started out very quickly. This touchdown from Brett Favre to Antonio Freeman opened the game with a 7-0 lead. But John Elway came right back. This bootleg, beautiful call, in fact, on the play action inside, and the bootleg on the outside to Elway scores to tie the game at 7. And then late in the game, Terrell Davis with a touchdown made it 31-24, and that turned out to be the final score as the Green Bay Packers and 3-time MVP Brett Favre could not muster points with their final drive as they turned it over on downs, and the Denver Broncos are the Super Bowl champions. As you can hear, an awful lot of Bronco fans here, and in fact, Mike Shanahan is standing at the interview post, which is standing right next to me, and all the fans kind of, as they say, saluting him for what they've accomplished this year. Jaguar fans had a very good idea of what this Bronco team could do simply by seeing what happened in the first round of the playoffs. More than 500 yards in offense, more than 300 yards rushing. Terrell Davis with 30 carries and 157 yards. That was the kind of performance that you expected, and to throw into the mix that he did not get a single yard in the second quarter is quite an accomplishment. 31-24 the final. The Broncos are the world champs. We're live here in San Diego at Super Bowl 32. We'll be back in just a couple minutes in First 4 Sports.
All right, Sam, thanks. See you then.
All right, Karen.
Well, there's a different type of game that kicked off today as well. It's called the Super Bowl of Caring. Certain churches nationwide were asking those patrons who watched the big game to donate $1 to feed the hungry. Youth groups across the country used football helmets or soup kettles to collect the donations.
It gets people off the commercialization of the game so much and gets people thinking about other people that aren't as fortunate.
I think it's a good idea because people, they don't realize how much they're spending and how much little other people have. So I think it's good.
All the money collected locally stays right here on the First Coast. A Jacksonville mother is grieving tonight over the death of her baby daughter, and now the mother's boyfriend faces a first-degree murder charge. News Channel 4's Rebecca Wu spoke with the mother about her living nightmare.
I was talking to her. I was like, Joy, I got the surprise. Don't go. Don't leave me. Don't go.
Leslie Ferris wears her daughter's ponytail band on her thumb. It's what her 3-year-old Joy was wearing the night police say she was beaten and later died at the hospital. Last Friday, Ferris came home from her night shift job as a security guard. It would be the last time she would hold her daughter.
The bed was wet, and she was just laying there with spit and stuff coming out her mouth, and she was like breathing like a horse breathes, and her eyes were just like halfway open, halfway closed, and she had knot on her head.
Police later arrested her boyfriend, Kevin Thomas, who was watching Joy that night.
One of the first things he had asked me, you think I touched her? You think I hurt her? You think I touched her? And I just didn't. I didn't know what to think. I just never think that he would do something like that.
According to the police report, Thomas confessed to slamming the toddler's head into the wall. Police say the victim had bruises on her head, chest, and back.
It seems that Joy would not go to bed as she was told. He became enraged and beat her.
He spoke to his mom and he told his mom to tell me that he's sorry. Sorry. What's his sorry to? Sorry for nothing. What father can do that, you know? Call himself a father and he's going to take another child's life.
Ferris's other child is fathered by Thomas. She doesn't know how she'll explain what happened to the baby's father and sister. But the only comfort Ferris has now is believing Joy is flying with the other angels in heaven. Rebecca Rue, Channel 4, Eyewitness News.
Kevin Thomas was booked on aggravated child abuse charges. Those charges were upgraded to murder when the little girl died. The mother is trying to set up an account for her daughter's funeral expenses at First Union Bank. Well, the president is said to be working on his State of the Union address tonight, but like a dark cloud over the White House, there is the still developing story of Clinton's alleged involvement with a former White House intern and the charge he urged her to lie about it. CBS News correspondent Drew Levinson has the latest from Washington.
While facing the biggest challenge of his political career, the president Sunday night sat down with a few friends and staffers at the White House to watch the ultimate challenge on the football field.
I think it was critical that we all pray for the president.
The president spent part of his Sunday praying in church. It was his first and only public appearance since denying an alleged sexual affair with former White House intern Monica Lewinsky. Sources say Lewinsky is willing to testify before a grand jury. She and the president had a sexual relationship in exchange for full immunity. That would contradict sworn depositions by her and the president in the Paula Jones sexual harassment case. But talks between Lewinsky's attorney William Ginsburg and independent counsel Kenneth Starr have stalled because prosecutors want to know exactly what she'll say.
Hello. Hi, do you have anything to report tonight?
We are frozen in place like a doe in the headlights. Until we get immunity, we absolutely cannot stop.
The White House is denying reports that top former aides had seen or received reports of any sexual encounter between the president and Lewinsky. Still, CBS News has learned the independent counsel is looking into the charges.
This was the first day the White House attempted to gain control of what has become a very volatile situation. It is also the first day of what could be a very long week. Drew Levinson, CBS News, Washington.
The State of the Union address is Tuesday, and there are serious plans for possible military action against Iraq. But the first priority at the White House is strategy for the president's own defense.
First scandal involving serious sexual allegations to explode on a sitting president. That's why it's so important both for Bill Clinton and has implications for the presidency itself.
The president's damage control team, led by Mickey Canner, worked through the entire day. Sources say they are planning a hang-tough strategy and are working on an alternative explanation for the charges swirling around President Clinton. Stay tuned, of course, to News Channel 4 and CBS News for continuing coverage of this developing story. Pope John Paul has ended his historic 5-day trip to Cuba. Before boarding a flight back to Rome, the Pope challenged Cubans at home and in exile to new paths of reconciliation. Cuban President Fidel Castro saw the Pope off at Havana's airport, thanking the Pope for visiting. Earlier today at a mass in Havana's Plaza of the Revolution, the pontiff warned Cubans not to embrace the blind market forces of global capitalism.
No nation can live in isolation.
The Vatican says Cuban authorities have promised a quick response to Pope John Paul's appeal for Castro to release about 200 prisoners. An extraordinary birth has taken place in Tours, France. A 40-year-old woman has given birth to 2 baby girls of 2 different ages. Oceane and Lucilia were born on the same day, but one of the girls was conceived 3 weeks before her sister. Now, the girls both have the same father, and the family is doing just fine. Only 2 or 3 other women in the world have experienced this phenomenon. Well, if you bought a Florida Lotto ticket this week, listen up, because the winning ticket was sold in Jacksonville, and it's worth $7 million. Here's a look at the winning numbers drawn last night: 11, 21, 28, 29, 40, and 42. But in Georgia's lotto drawing, no tickets matched all 6 numbers. That means next week's jackpot is worth $12 million. Here are those numbers drawn last night: 18, 23, 34, 35, 37, and 40. A tight suit almost meant a trip home for an astronaut. Straight ahead on News Channel 4, the problems aboard Mir aren't technical. There's a fashion emergency.
Good morning or good evening, everyone. It could be a fashion emergency tomorrow morning as you head back to work and school, unless you listen to my forecast and you'll know what to wear, which is coming up in a few moments.
Coming up Monday at 5:30, rating the man of the house on the Mr. Mom scale. I'm Joyce Morgan. Join us Monday for Daybreak right here on News Channel 4.
For 1998, the Lexus LS400 comes equipped with an innovative vehicle skid control system, helping you maintain control even when the environment turns a bit hostile. Please found great value today at Danny Sullivan Lexus in Jacksonville.
We're building the world's largest piggy bank on Saturday, February the 14th, Valentine's Day. Drop off all the spare change you've been saving at our Angel Network Piggy Bank in your town. Here's how you do it.
Empty out your piggy bank into the Channel 4 Angel Network Piggy Bank at Regency Square Mall, Center Court on Saturday, February 14th.
Remember, the money's going to help send needy students to college. Open your heart a little wider. Thank you so much, America.
Only our weather makes news daily in the Florida Times-Union.
So your broker is pushing a can't miss. Does he know where you want to be in 5 years? Ask and watch how quiet it gets. This'll break the silence. SunTrust, an investment firm that has doubled managed assets since 91 and doubled clients since 95. But they're not some new kid on the block. SunTrust has a century of investment experience and manages over $60 billion in assets. When you want money management with long-term focus versus pick of the week, call SunTrust and see what investing can be.
Riding along in my automobile, my baby beside me at the wheel. We're cruising and play on the radio with no particular place to go.
The really scary thing is, you're probably paying the same amount for car insurance as they are. But at AIG, we insure better drivers, so we ensure you get better rates.
It's the world's first in-dash satellite-linked navigation system.
Proceed to the highlighted route. Right turn ahead.
It says you've arrived.
Destination.
Literally. It's the RL from Acura. The true definition of luxury. Yours.
John Gaughan's weather has the seal of approval of the American Meteorological Society.
A tight-fitting spacesuit will apparently not keep astronaut Andrew Thomas from his 4-month stay on Mir. Thomas is spending the night on the Russian space station despite not being able to squeeze into his custom-made Russian spacesuit. And the suit built for departing Mir astronaut David Wolf is too big for Thomas. He needs a suit that fits in case there's an emergency on Mir. NASA officials say Thomas's suit can be altered to make it good enough. I wish we could alter our weather here. What's this about a nor'easter?
That's right. Tuesday could be rather rough, but it's kind of amazing what a little needle and thread can do for you up in space, you know? Anyway, the suit hopefully will be fine, and our weather hopefully will suit for us by tomorrow morning.
Good.
That's a pretty good start. So again, today was an excellent day. Yesterday afternoon, a pretty good afternoon. The Saturday morning thing was pretty nasty, and that's what we might see again Tuesday. So let's check out all the conditions around the area. Starting off with this morning's low temperatures. 36 degrees this morning. It was a cool spot. Even Mayport apparently got down into the low to mid-30s this morning. Normal low is 41. Here's your sunset while the Super Bowl was being played. And, of course, it was an orange glow, kind of an orange and blue glow, Denver Bronco kind of thing, out there on the western horizon. A few clouds out there this evening and coming in on easterly winds. And these easterly winds are going to pick up over the next couple of days. And that's the reason why we probably will start to see a huge change in some of the tranquil weather that we've seen here this evening. Again, all was quiet tonight. It was clear and calm and on the cool side throughout most of the afternoon hours. Even with the sunshine, only 54 degrees this afternoon. That's 10 degrees colder than normal. 52 at Mayport, one of the coolest spots around the area. Let's check in with one of our WeatherNet stations this evening. And first off, we'll start off in Lake City. 44 degrees as of 11:14 in the evening. You can see their morning low is 35, afternoon high about 59. Now let's check out Doppler radar, because remember, we're going to see some changes that got to come from somewhere. And apparently they'll be coming from downstate. You can see the showers just south of Key West out toward Cuba here this evening. Meanwhile, the rest of the state is dry for now. Check out the conditions at the airport where the official measurements are being kept. 41 degrees at the airport as of 11 o'clock. The official high 54 in the morning, low 36. The dew point temperature's up there at 40. Humidity 93%. Northeasterly winds at 5. There you go. There's one of the subtle changes that we're going to see over the next 24 hours as northeastern winds will begin to pick up and bring in all sorts of nasty stuff. Going to 4D, you can see how some of the storm systems have been moving along over the last couple of days. It was Friday. We had all this nasty storms around us locally, up to 2 inches, 3 inches of rain out toward Hilliard. Saturday morning, that was just a day and a half ago, 59 degrees. By this morning, we warmed up to 49 degrees, if you will, or cooled to 49 degrees as we had clear skies. High pressure's in charge right now. A lot of cold air associated with it, and that's the reason why we're down to 41 right now. 42 when I put the 4D together. But it's this storm system here in eastern Texas that's going to track straight across the Gulf of Mexico and toward us by Tuesday morning. That's going to give us the nasty stuff by Tuesday. Here's the storm system just now beginning to evolve itself in 2 parts of Texas near the Red River Valley. Clear skies overhead now. Again, clear, cold, crisp night tonight. Tomorrow morning, it'll be really chilly. You'll need to definitely have a good jacket as you head on out the door. But late in the day, we'll see the clouds increase, and with it, chances of rain will start going up. 48 tomorrow's high temperature in Atlanta, Georgia, 44 in our nation's capital. We here in the southeast will still see another cool night tonight. Tallahassee will see some frost tonight. Maybe even Lake City might see a little frost by tomorrow morning. Your marine forecast showing you northeastern winds around 18. Here's your 4-day forecast. We'll get to that Tuesday forecast pretty quickly because tomorrow's high about 60 or so. Tuesday's high only about 51. Now, I've kind of dropped the word nor'easter off of there because the latest computer models are suggesting maybe it won't be quite so bad. We'll just have to wait and see if this trend holds up. Either way, Tuesday will be a rainy day. Coastal clouds, wind, and rain developing later on tomorrow, maybe after around drive home time. Tomorrow's high temperature about 58 degrees. So enjoy it while you can because it's going to turn kind of rough by Tuesday.
All right. Good advice. Thanks,
Sure.
John. Straight ahead on News Channel 4, a cool contest for a hot dog. We'll give you a front row seat to the Wiener Dog Nationals. Stay with us.
DC has Gwyneth Paltrow, Brooke Shields, and Daryl Hannah. Plus, former competitors Nancy and Oksana come together on ET.
Tonight at 11:45 here on the one and only Channel 4.
Buy a new Suzuki outboard anytime, and you'll get our exceptional 3-year limited warranty. It's standard equipment on every new Suzuki. Buy a new Suzuki right now. It will also give you up to $500 cash back. What can you do with $500? Add an accessory. Pay for rigging. You can even buy our 3-year extended protection plan. It's up to you. See your Florida Suzuki Marine dealer for all the details. Just say, gimme cash.
Come see the new looks at Rooms to Go. Exciting new fashions that brighten your home. Like a glimpse of the future, a breath of fresh air. All you want, all you need, Rooms to Go is there. We have the new look. We love the new look. You love the new looks at Rooms to Go.
For almost 20 years, this is the time Toyota dealers all across America have held their annual Toyota-thon.
But right now, your teen Toyota dealers are joining forces for the biggest event in Toyota-thon history.
Get ready, Jacksonville, for the
Teen Toyota-thon. Incentives are at an all-time high. Prices are at an all-time low.
This will be the best Toyota-thon ever.
98 Tacoma, just $11,338.